Howdy folks, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another cigar box tutorial today. And a couple weeks ago now, I think a little while ago, I posted a cover of Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi that I did on this cigar box guitar right here. And I titled it Big White Taxi because it was a tribute to a fallen member of the cigar box guitar community. I had got several questions on that. Now during the video I had mentioned that in order to play the song I had to come up with a new tuning, or try out a new tuning. I guess I didn't come up with it, but had to try out a new tuning to play the song, and I got a couple questions about that. So I thought let's just do a quick tutorial and show you guys how I did it. Okay, so let's start with the tuning. So typically a 4-string cigar box guitar is tuned G, D, G, B. I tend to tune mine A, D, G, B because I like that better. But today we're tuned completely different. This is A, D, F sharp, A. A, D, F sharp, A. And if you're a music theory nerd, you know that's an inverted major chord, an inverted D major chord. So this is open D tuning, but it has the low 5. And by the way, in case you're interested, the way that the strings I put on here, I have essentially the middle 4 strings from a set of 10s in a standard electric guitar pack. And so that is 13, 17, 26, and 36 respectively. So that's the strings I have on here, and it seems to tune up real nice with this tuning. So what's interesting about Big Yellow Taxi is the main riff is only 3 chords. But they're very embellished chords. So if you were to play it just stripped down without the embellishments, it would sound like this. And you can still hear the tune in there, but it's not quite as interesting, right? So the first chord that you're gonna play here is you're gonna bar all your strings at the 5th fret, and that's gonna be a G major or an inverted G major in this tuning. So 5th fret, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna play that chord, but then you're gonna take your index finger here and you're going to sort of tap down on the 7th fret, just on that low string, and be careful not to stop these others from ringing. Okay, so what you're doing there is you're mainly strumming this G, but you once in a while will touch that other note in there, and you're going. This riff is really about feel. If I'm just muting the strings and I play it, it sounds like this. So I could go into like how exactly I do the ups and downs, but I feel like that might confuse you. I think it's better to just try to feel it, that it's like. And then you want to slap in that accent. Okay? And you're gonna have to work at that for a minute because it really truly is about feel. You've got to get that kind of feel in there. And even if you play it a little different, if I play it like, it still kind of sounds like the same thing. So don't get too hung up in that. Okay, so after you get that strumming feel down, the way the main part of the song goes is we're gonna do that G twice, and then we're gonna go to our E. And for right now, I'm just gonna play the open E, because we'll come back to that in just a second. Then you're gonna come back and you're gonna play the G and slide it up to the A and go back to the open E. Let me show you. Okay, now we just need to add our little embellishment on the E. And that's actually pretty simple. So we're gonna start by just hitting all the strings open, and then we're gonna come down, we're gonna put our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the low string, and we're gonna put our first finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, okay? So it's gonna look like this. That's how it starts. Then, once we get here, we're gonna take our ring finger and put it down on the 3rd fret. You can pick this one up if you want, or you can just leave it there. It doesn't matter, whatever's more comfortable for you. But we're gonna do that. Okay, so we've got. So again, if you're a little off, it still sounds like the song. So don't get too caught up. I mean, get the motions down and you can kind of settle in where it feels good. And if you play it a little different, I play it a little different than Joni does. If you play it a little different than I do, so what? Now let's put that together. Our main riff goes. Okay, we've gotten that much of the song. All right, that's a lot of it. Okay, so for the chorus part, which is the don't it always seem to go, you don't know what you got, that part. Okay, we're going to have basically just 4 chords and they kind of do a walk down. And I'm just going to kind of read them off if you're going from low to high, how you would place your fingers. So the first chord, you're going to put your ring finger on the 5th fret, next string open, 1st finger on the 3rd fret, and next string open. So 5th, open, 3rd, open. That's your first chord. Second chord, you're just gonna take your ring finger here and just move it down one fret. Or if you'd rather, I just use my middle finger to do it because I think it feels more comfortable. So it's gonna go 4th fret, open, 3rd fret, open. And that one sounds kind of dissonant when you play it by itself, but it sounds perfect in the progression. You'll hear it in a second. Then take that whole thing and slide it down 2 frets, boom. So now we've got 2nd fret, open, 1st fret, open. Okay? And then take your middle finger and just take it up 1 string, boom. So we've got open, 2nd, 1st, open. Okay? So here's our 4 chords again. Ah, it starts to sound good now, doesn't it? And this is how the strumming pattern goes. So that last one you just strum once and let it ring. One more time. Okay, and then after we do that walk down, then we just do like 1 time through the second half of the verse riff. So we go. But then we do that last part with the open D chord again. Okay, now I've thrown a lot at you. So let's go through everything we've learned so far slowly. So we're gonna start at the verse lyrics. Then repeat. So that whole part that we just did repeats, and that's a verse and a chorus. Okay, so now you know the majority of the song. That is gonna get you through a verse and a chorus, which happens over and over throughout the song. Now there is an intro and an outro that we also have to learn, but it's all based on what you know so far. So the intro, we do the same as the main riff of the verse, but we just double the G and the A. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's the intro. Then you go right into the So the song is that simple. So then the only other thing that you need to know is at the end, you do 4 of this part. So the very end will sound like this when you get your last paved paradise, put up a parking lot. And then I hit the harmonics to really set it off. So pretty simple song, super fun to play. Have fun. Thank you for tuning in. I have a playlist where I've got all these videos in one location if you want to check it out. I've done quite a few of these so far, trying to churn one out every month. So I hope you like them. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you do. And I'll see you next time.